Yeah.
What's up?
How you doing? Yeah, dude. Me, Matt, Killer Kyle. Wheels of Fury Facebook Live. YouTube Live. Well, we'll do that later, I suppose.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's a double
weekend.
Yes.
Tomorrow we have Saturday night's main event. Sunday, of course, it's Double or Nothing.
Yeah, so that should be awesome.
Yeah.
I figured before we start, because we got a lot to talk about, I went to the liquor store, LCBO, for those of you that are in Canada, and I got Canadian Club Cherry Smash.
Yeah.
It's got crafted with Canadian whiskey, cherry, and lemon flavors. Two of my favorite.
Yeah, so it's Canadian Club whiskey and with cherry and lime.
See if we can.
It's clear.
Yeah. Oh, smell that lemon.
Yeah, I definitely smell lemon.
Now you said you've heard of this before.
Well, I went to the liquor store myself a couple days ago because I bought a couple of bottles for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I seen that when you go into the LCBO, they usually got a table, or they've had a table set up.
Yeah.
And I saw the Canadian Club Cherry Smash, and they also had was it a tequila on the same table or something?
Oh.
Or something like that.
Right. Oh, this is neat.
So yeah, I saw this. This is my first time trying it. And to be quite honest, it kind of looks like lemonade. And the smell. Okay. Right after you poured it, you got a really good lemon smell. Now it's still there, but not as intense as it was. I'm interested to see what this tastes like, though.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah, we had wings and garlic knots.
It was from Giuseppe, 4 cheese pull apart bread, basically.
So here's to you guys that are watching. Hopefully, look forward to tomorrow night, Saturday night main event. I know there's more matches that I think were added on that show.
Right.
And if you watched my prediction video, I wasn't necessarily thrilled. And no, I'm glad I didn't put a blooper reel on there because, yeah, anyways.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. And then, of course, later tonight is the Wheels of Fury prediction video for
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing, yes. So, subscribe, Killer Kyle 36.
Yes, sir.
This channel, Matt's World.
Aye.
And, yeah, that's through of you.
That's through of you. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't taste any cherry, but like Kyle said, it looks like lemonade.
Yeah, like the coloration has got that hazy white-ish color like a lemonade. You do get the lemon,
Mhm.
the slightest little bit of cherry, not much.
Yeah.
And for there being whiskey in this, it's not really that strong.
It's a little disappointing. Although, I guess there's a cherry. This is a little hint. But,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you order a whiskey mix, it usually does have a little hint of whiskey flavor, I think. So, obviously, this one tastes different. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good, and I would buy it again. But, yeah, anyways.
So do we start with the biggest for the big breaking news, if you will?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So I seen this on. Well, I first seen it on Instagram, I think, and then it was all over. Excuse me. All over social media yesterday. Ludwig Kaiser
Oh, that, yeah.
got arrested for battery charges, on battery charges, I guess,
Mhm.
and it's like, alrighty then. So I guess they're gonna. I mean, they're still gonna, do the El Grande Americano stuff with cable, but as far as Ludwig is concerned, well, that'll probably have to be put on hold for
Well,
a little while.
it really shocks me because I've heard so much of how much of a nice guy he was
Right.
or is. And
Yeah.
so this is kind of like, and honestly, drinking was involved. I'm not excusing what he did, but I think drinking was involved.
Mm.
So definitely see where that goes because that's kind of like shocking in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
What did you think I was talking about?
Oh, that.
Okay.
Well, actually, I didn't know what you were talking about, but I'll
Oh.
say that.
Well, that is the most recent development.
Yeah.
In the wrestling circle. Or yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I made my rant about this a few days ago, and I made a video about it. So, Brock Lesnar is back in WWE.
Yep.
Elsewhere. I know.
I mean, you have the match with Oba Femi versus Brock at Mania.
Yeah.
Oba beats him. Brock takes off his gloves and he takes off his shoes and leaves them in the ring. And he's basically saying goodbye to the fans and whatnot. And leaves. Hugs Paul Heyman and leaves with them. And it's like, okay, Paul, Brock's career is over. I'd heard about his retirement. He finally made it official. Cool. And then, Oba starts doing these open challenges and he's kicking the shit out of whoever. And, he had a match with Otis and he beat the shit out of Garza and Angel and Humberto.
Yeah.
And then, he beat up a bunch of other people. And then, this past Monday, they're going to have another open challenge. And right as Oba's doing his entrance, the lights go down the spotlight and he hits the pose. And you see him get taken out from behind. The lights come up as Brock. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. And Then you got uh, Adam Pierce going into his office, and there's Paul Heyman standing there, and Pierce goes, "I thought Brock was retired." Like, well, yeah, he is. Pierce is like, I signed retirement papers on his behalf. This, that, and the other. What was that? I was like, well, Brock is retired. And he goes into his blazer and pulls out a sheet of paper out of his pocket, or the inside pocket of his blazer. And Pierce is like, what is this? Is it peanut butter? No, 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 no. It's a contract for Clash in Italy. Brock's name's already on it. You can get over to sign it. You'll have the biggest rematch in history. And so I wonder if this will be like, Brock fully solidifying Oba as the new next big thing, if you will.
I fucking hope so. Because the fact is, he even said he was retired. He said, I can't do SummerSlam with Gunther because if I do, then I'll be dead.
Yeah.
With all the problems that Brock has had, it's a wonder that he still is wrestling.
Yeah.
And if, go back to the farm in Saskatchewan, wherever that may be, Saskatoon, Regina, whatever.
Yeah.
With your wife, your kids, enjoy life. But nope, can't do that. Have to have the TKO money. Have to, and it better not be redeeming himself against Opa.
Right.
Opa's in his 20s. He's hungry.
Yeah.
And he wrecks shop, like I have said before.
Uh-huh.
Why are we doing this? That's the main problem that I have with WWE. And I've had for the past year now. The fact that I'm still watching the product is a fucking miracle.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. Am I wrong? Like,
Well, just a few minutes ago, before we did this Facebook Live, YouTube Live, motherfucker.
see?
We were watching. I'm pretty sure it was Maven's YouTube channel, and he had Matt Lyda on the show. He was the guy that initially co-hosted 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway. And they got talking about the current product, and Matt was talking about how he didn't like the fact that WrestleMania was in Vegas, because he's like, WrestleMania was in Vegas, or WrestleMania's in Philadelphia, Dallas, Orlando, Michigan, wherever else, and they take over the city for the week. It feels like something. In Vegas, you go along the strip, and you see tens of thousands or whatever billboards and whatever else for other shows, and the advertisement for WrestleMania feels like it's part of the Vegas itinerary, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It doesn't feel the same as it does, like I said, there in Dallas or Philly or wherever else. And then they got talking about a few other things like advertisements and all the stuff, like the sponsorships, I guess you could say, on the ring and on the turnbuckles. And both Maven and Matt were like, I understand it from a business standpoint. You got to make the money and all this other stuff. You know, Maven's not really a fan of all the Prime logo or whatever else on the ring and canvas and whatnot. And, Lida was like, you know, I don't mind it, but it's not the same as it used to be. And they're right, it's not. But that's what comes with the territory when they switched to Netflix. It started on Netflix.
Right.
You know, yeah, they're making that money through Netflix itself, but they're also making money off of all the ads and whatever else. And Maven was like, Zach, the guy that helps Maven like with cameras and whatnot, like says to Maven like 2 years ago, I wouldn't be surprised if WWE has a sponsored championship. Like, oh, here's your United States champion, Trek Williams, sponsored by Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't see that. WWE would not stoop that low.
I hope fucking not. The thing is, when I knew that WWE was going to Netflix, and I even said, I don't think I'll buy it. It's too expensive, but I got a subscription. And I saw the first episode, and it was like, okay. See, with Netflix, I thought, okay, we're going to have more adult content. There's going to be no censorship and more violence. And he got like one of the two.
Yeah.
And it's almost just kind of like, why fucking bother? I don't understand why bother. Because now you're putting out the same shit for people to watch what could be on cable TV.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention, watching WrestleMania and seeing a bunch of ads. Not just a bunch of ads, but get a blah, blah, blah thing going on. And it's almost like that's just filler. And why do we have filler? Let me put it to you this way. In my opinion, Backlash was a hell of a lot better than WrestleMania.
Meh.
As opposed to a wrestling show. I don't know. Because it just seemed like it was, okay, placement, product. Oh, we gotta have a match in here. Placement, product. Oh, yeah, we gotta have a match in here. But that's just me. I don't think WrestleMania was that bad. I will say it was a hell of a lot better than last year. But and one thing I will say that I was watching the Chris Van Vliet episode with Will Sasso and Dan Soder. The funniest episode ever. But it was the truth. I think it might have been Dan and Will mentioning about celebrities getting involved in wrestling. Like even Will was like, I really had no business being there, but I had Brett beat me up because that was my job. If I were to make Brett look weak, then that would have been terrible. You got nowadays like the Raw guest host thing was okay, but then you got like Hugh Jackman, I think, punching off Nick Demuth.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy Piven jumping off the top rope or whatever it was. And it's like, it's fun to see actors who are wrestling fans, but at the end of the day, that should be the wrestler's job to look good. And I felt like even now, it just seems like okay, Floyd Mayweather, for example, who basically, I can't remember if it was No Way Out or he knocked out the Big Show or
Broke his nose.
broke his nose. No, I mean, Paul, to his credit, helped him out and
Yeah.
said, "This is how you do it." But I'm even watching WrestleMania and seeing these two have the match, and his handler or whatever was like, "That ain't fair." When Floyd was getting his ass kicked by a Big Show, and it's like, "You're in a wrestling ring. It's not boxing." Yeah, I get it. It's predetermined, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's professional wrestling. So if you're going to come in from another world, then I don't know. I almost lost my train of thought. It's like, well, they also brought up the thing too, where it's like, okay, so if you're going to have a celebrity at WrestleMania or whatever, there should be like a valet or manager. That'd be cool, and it would be cool. But I have a lot of issues with the product itself. It's not just WWE, it's AEW, but I'll have to make a video about that. I mean, the only reason I watch wrestling or I watch WWE now is if I see that there's a good match on. And I still have to watch it, but Finn Balor versus Jordan Devlin,
Yeah.
or, anything with Danhausen. But other than that, it's like, and it also looks like the Street Profits are breaking up, but I thought they were going to break up a long time ago.
Yeah. I was watching ups and downs of Dynamite yesterday. I didn't watch all of it because it was like, oh, it's the go show for Dynamite. I watched a little bit of it. One thing Simon had mentioned was Willow had talked about she had suffered an injury on Collision. I think it was last weekend, and she has to relinquish the TBS championship. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with that on Sunday.
Well, Alex Winter is going to have to face somebody.
Right.
Because did she not earn that spot?
Or actually, I don't think it was. Well, I don't think the match for the TBS championship. I think it was the match is a qualifying match for
The Owen Hart Cup.
the Owen Hart Cup.
Okay.
So maybe it'll be Alex against whoever Willow beat to advance to the quarterfinal.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. So all the best to Willow.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, and once again, and say it till I'm blue in the face, but wrestling's not fake.
Exactly.
It's predetermined. Big fucking difference. You still get hurt. You still get injured. I will say this though, and again going back to the Will Sasso, Dan Sauter video. Will's talking about his match in WCW against Brett, and we've heard that story before. If you have, and he's like, he made it look so believable. Yet I'm in the corner, and Brett is like not. His foot was this far from Will,
Right.
but he made it look like he was beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And Will left without a cut or a bruise or being sore. And it's like there are wrestlers that make the job look easy.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've talked about before. Brett was one of the safest wrestlers you could be in the ring.
Oh yeah. And apparently Ric Flair is one of them.
Yeah.
As well. So I remember watching. There was Devon and Bully Ray, and they talked about facing the Midnight Rockers.
Right.
And I don't know if you're with me or not. And Bubba was like, yeah, Ricky Morton, it looked like he was going to beat you up, but his punches were like really soft.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know where I am with that, because yes, you don't want to hurt your opponent and you want to make it believable, but at the same time, there's a lot of wrestling out there that it still hurts.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know where you draw the line.
It's like the old adage you heard a bunch of times from wrestlers, announcers, anybody that's been in and around the business. Suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Make it look like it hurts like fucking hell, but actually it doesn't.
No.
I was just like, I was watching an interview. I don't remember who was doing the interview. Or maybe it was the Busted Open movie. Anyways, it was Chelsea Green. And she was asked about when she was in Lucha Underground and her match with Penta and his chop, his overhand chop. And, well, I guess you could say a chop. And she was like, it was like, how much does that hurt? And she goes, it doesn't hurt at all. He makes it seem like it hurt, but it doesn't hurt at all.
And see, that again, that's suspending your disbelief or whatever.
Yeah.
Watching Chris in Sean Spears' dojo with Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
And they're chopping the shit out of his chest until it looked like mincemeat.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that hurt. I mean, it took a couple chops, but once again,
Yeah.
Also, not really wrestling related, but I was listening to the WoF, Peterborough's finest, one of Peterborough's finest radio stations, and they talked about, I don't even know how it got started, but Alberta being goaded into being the 51st state.
Shit.
It's like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Quebec wanted to separate years and years ago, decades ago, but once again, I don't see that happening.
Exactly.
I think Alberta has a lot more American stores
Right.
and restaurants than the rest of Canada, but
Yeah.
I don't see that ever happening. I
No.
hope that, yeah. I'd say I hope, but I doubt it. It'll never happen.
Exactly right. Still trying to get some part of Canada be the 51st state. Yeah, fuck off.
Pretty much. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Basically. Exactly right.
But
You're talking about, though, wanting to see the match with Jordan Devlin or JD McDonough and Balor on Dynamite this past week, last Wednesday. There's a street fight with Mark Briscoe and Ciampa.
oh,
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
yeah, really.
I mean, we've seen him wrestle many times, especially years ago in Ring of Honor. That would be pretty cool, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but nonetheless, yeah, we'll see what happens. But next weekend, I'm not sure what's going on.
well we've got next weekend, next Saturday is Clash in Italy,
Oh yeah, right.
31st.
Nice.
No, like I said, I've mentioned this before. There is also the 2-night Triple Mania show coming up.
All right, on.
I can't remember what it is though.
Well, I mean, we'll look forward to that when it comes out.
Yeah.
But we will be live tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
And so, with that, I mean, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. Subscribe to us
Yeah.
with Fox. And deuces.
Later.